Hello students, now we are going to discuss about some important topics from the lesson Atomic and Nuclear Physics. Let us begin the lesson with the introduction. In earlier classes, we have studied that anything which occupies space is called matter. Matter can be classified into solids, liquids and gases. In our daily life, we use water for drinking, petrol for vehicles, we inhale oxygen, we use stainless steel vessels for cooking. Experiences tell us that behavior of one material is not same as another. This means that the physical and the chemical properties are different for different materials. In order to understand this, we need to know the fundamental constituents of materials. When an object is divided repeatedly, the process of division could not be done beyond a certain stage in a similar way, and we end up with a small speck. This small speck was defined as an atom. The word atom in Greek means without division or indivisible. The size of an atom is very small. For an example, the size of hydrogen atom such that simplest among the other atoms is around 10 power minus 10 meter. An American physicist, Richard P. Feynman, said that if the atom becomes the size of an apple, then the apple becomes the size of the earth, which is shown in figure. Such a small entity is an atom. In this unit, we first discuss the theoretical models of atoms to understand its structure. The Bohr atom model is more successful than J.J. Thomson and Rutherford atom models. It explained many unsolved issues in those days and also gave better understanding of chemistry. Later, scientists observed that even the atom is not the fundamental entity. It consists of electrons and nucleus. Around 1930, scientists discovered that the nucleus is also made of proton and neutron. Further research discovered that even the proton and neutron are made up of fundamental entities known as quarks. In this context, the remaining part of this unit is written to understand the structure and basic properties of nucleus. Further, how the nuclear energy is produced and utilized or discussed. Next one is about electric discharge through gases. Gases at normal atmospheric pressure are poor conductors of electricity because they do not have free electrons for conduction. But by special arrangement, one can make a gas to conduct electricity. A simple and convenient device used to study the conduction of electricity through gases is known as a gas discharge tube. The arrangement of discharge tube is shown in figure. It consists of a long closed glass tube of length nearly 50 cm and diameter of 4 cm, inside of which the gas in pure form is filled usually. The small opening in the tube is connected to a high vacuum pump and a low pressure gauge. This tube is fitted with two metallic plates known as electrodes, which are connected to secondary of an induction coil. The electrode connected to positive of secondary is known as anode, and the electrode to the negative of the secondary is known as cathode. The potential of secondary is maintained about 50 kilovolt. Suppose the pressure of the gas in discharge tube is reduced to around 110 mm of mercury using vacuum pump. It is observed that no discharge takes place. When the pressure is kept near 100 mm of mercury, the discharge of electricity through the tube takes place. Consequently, irregular streaks of light appear and also crackling sound is produced. When the pressure is reduced to the order of 10 mm of mercury, a luminous column known as a positive column is formed from anode to cathode. When the pressure reaches to around 0.01 mm of mercury, positive column disappears. At this time, a dark space is formed between anode and cathode, which is often called Crookes dark space, and the walls of the tube appears with green color. At this stage, some invisible rays are emerge from cathode. They are called as cathode rays, which are later found to be a beam of electrons. Next one is about properties of cathode rays. Cathode rays possess energy and momentum. They travel in a straight line with a high speed of the order of 10 power 7 meter per second. It can be deflected by both electric and magnetic fields. The direction of deflection indicates that they are negatively charged particles. When the cathode rays are allowed to fall on matter, they produce heat. They affect photographic plates. They produce fluorescence. When the cathode rays fall on the material of high atomic weight, X-rays are produced. Cathode rays ionize the gas through which they pass. The speed of cathode rays is up to 1/10th of the speed of light. Thank you, students.